Hello! Don't mind the mess in the background. This is actually what I consider organized. It's not. I'm a messy person. But anyways, I just started school a week ago for winter quarter at uni, and I just wanted to find a good makeup look to do because my classes are really early. They start at 8, but I had to wake up at like 6:30 to get ready, and I just haven't been happy with how my makeup has been currently looking like, either because of school air or just because I lost my skills. And so we're gonna try out some makeup looks, and eventually I'll settle on one or maybe multiple, depends on my mood. But today I'm gonna try Japanese igari makeup. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm gonna insert some pics here that I found from Pinterest. But yeah, I want to try that because I've seen a lot of people say that that's like the perfect no makeup look, and hopefully it's a quick and easy routine so that I can try doing it for school because it just looks so cute. It's like a very fresh, very natural and kind of endearing look. And so let's try it out. To prep my face, even though I'm not going anywhere, I'm not gonna use SPF, but to prep my face, I'm using the Normal Puree Concentrated Lotion because I feel like for some reason now, maybe it's because it's winter, my skin just does not like having moisturizer under makeup. And I don't think it has to do with like the moisturizer being too thick because I use the Ordinary moisturizer. I feel like my skin's just acting up really weird. It's really dry over the winter, but it could be dry because I also hate drinking water. I'm like allergic to drinking water for some reason. So I'm gonna use that watery Mama Puree lotion because it's a watery texture, and so hopefully it sinks into my skin faster so that I can apply makeup more flawlessly. But next, to get that glowy skin, I'm gonna use the Say Glowy Super Gel in Star Glow. It's like this really light, watery kind of highlighter, but much more natural, has a nice sheen to it. This was really popular when the look of a glazed donut was a thing on TikTok, but I still see people use it, but I feel like it's just not used as much. It's kind of like the alternative to, it's like a more watery version of the Merit highlighting balm. I think it's more or less the same type of thing where they have a very glowy finish, but it's not like glittery glowy. It's a very natural lit from within look. And so I'm gonna apply just a thin layer onto my skin, and look at that glow. It's already so good, but I feel like if you put this on by itself, it might be a little bit overwhelming because you can kind of tell that your skin has some type of product on it. And so to cover up that like kind of filmy look, I'm gonna apply a skin tint. And the skin tint that I've been wearing recently, which is surprising because I haven't used it in so long, is the Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint. My shade is G8. I don't know if they reformulated this because the last time that I bought this was like 2 years ago, and so maybe they did reformulate it because my concealer that I bought in the same shade is now under a different name. Instead of G8, I think now it's M2. But yeah, just shook it up. I just apply it straight to my face and I squeeze a good amount because the thing I find with the Glossier skin tint is that it looks good, but I feel like you need a lot of product because it's so sheer and it likes to cling to spots that you need to really work it in to be able to spread it. Because if I just like do this, it barely goes anywhere. So I have to like really force it to spread. And once you do, you just get a really nice sheer coverage that evens out skin tones, and just, it literally is like your skin. It just gives you a little bit of warmth, and that's a good thing because who doesn't love a bit of warmth to your face? It just makes you seem very alive and very healthy. But yeah, that's the skin tint. Now blend it in, and literally it feels so good. It's not oily, it's not super drying either. It's like the perfect blend. Next, I think, is going to be concealer, and I know they don't use that much concealer because they're supposed to focus on natural, like to make it look really natural. And so I'm going to put my Tower 28 concealer in the shade EP. on the back of my hand, and so I can control how much concealer I place on my face. But yeah, this shade might be a bit light on my face, but that's okay because my face is really weird where you would think it's too light, but then when you blend it out, it's actually not light because my neck is just unnaturally super pale compared to the rest of my face. Taking this Real Techniques Deluxe crease brush, I'm gonna just dab a bit of concealer onto the brush and then just spot conceal. And I know this is supposed to be for eyeshadow, but I think I saw someone say on Reddit that this is a really good concealer brush because I was thinking about buying like the actual concealer brush that Real Techniques has. It's the kitten paw one. I think it's like 400. I think it's like the RT 400 or 402, I think. But then someone says just use this, and honestly it works, so might as well. But I'm gonna spot conceal places, especially since my skin has been breaking out like crazy ever since I went back to school, and so I just need it to just blend in so that I can cover up some of my breakouts. And then for the under eyes, I feel like they're not that heavy when it comes to concealer under the eyes, so I'm just gonna just conceal like this portion in, because for the most part that's like the only spot that's super dark, and then everything else you can just let it naturally shine. And so taking a bit more concealer, doing the other eye, like that already makes you look super rejuvenated because it just covers the darkest part of your eye bags. And then to make sure that it's a seamless blend, I'm going to take a wet beauty blender and just pat everything into the skin to make sure that it's a very seamless blend, and so nowhere looks super cakey or like super patchy. Because I feel like recently what I found out is that because it's winter, I think my skin has like certain dry spots that I'm just like not aware of yet, and so makeup tends to cling to those patches. But if you have a wet beauty blender, it just hydrates those areas and allows the area to be not patchy and not cakey. I'm gonna take a little bit more concealer, but this time straight off the wand. I'm just gonna put it on places that I need a bit more coverage. And just let it sit so that the coverage could be much stronger than it naturally is. After letting it set for a while, I'm just gonna pat it in with the brush and be really gentle when you're patting it out, because if you pat too hard, it'll lift the product and then it will more or less just undo you letting the concealer sit there to make it a better coverage. Just pat again to make sure everything's blended out. And at this point, like, this area is my problem spot. There's like a floaty, but yeah, that area is my problem spot. I think it's because I use a facial razor to shave like my mustache, and my skin's just really irritated, so it just always breaks out. And also my nose just tends to be really dry right here. But just tapping in the concealer to the best of my abilities and hoping that it covers to the best of its abilities, because I understand I wouldn't want to work with breakouts either. They really like the center of the cheeks, like just right here and like under the eye bags, and they really like either a peach or a pink shade. I don't know if I have like that type of pink, but what I do have is I have this mini Westman Atelier Baby Cheeks blush stick in the shade Petal. This is like their most popular color, and it's just like a true pink. And so I could use this, or I could use this Milk blush stick. This is a Milk Cooling Jelly Tint, and it's in the shade Burst. I'll like show it to you. I don't care if it stains, but that one. I might use that instead because it'll make it a more seamless blend, and it'll just stay longer, because I have this problem where blush just never stays. Even if I set cream products with powder, by the end of the day it's just gone. And so I'm using the big fat end of my Say double-ended brush. I'm gonna just pick up some product onto the brush and then look in the mirror and just tap lightly in a circle where I want the product to go, because this tint is really strong and really stubborn, and so if you don't put it where you want it to, you're practically done with, because it's going to be stuck there for a while. And so just gently tapping in a circle, like right under my eye, on the apples of my cheeks, and just gently building up the color. I think that's good for blush. And I'm looking at the picture down on the ground on my iPad, and I noticed that they bring it up to like this point. So like if you look straight, where your eye, like where your iris naturally sits, that's also an area where they put the blush. And so I'm gonna just grab some more, look straight into my mirror, and just add the blush there. But remember that when you add blush under the eyes, you still want to keep that constant circle shape of the blush, because if you don't, it kind of ruins the look of a very youthful makeup look. And so you add a blush under the eyes, and then you just gradually make the circle a little bigger to incorporate the under the eye blush to the rest of the blush. Another trick that I'm noticing in the makeup that I'm looking at right now is that they keep the strongest color like in the center, and then they diffuse it out. And so if you want to make that effect, just grab a little bit more product and just tap it in the center, and then with the remaining product just continue to blend out the blush on the outside rim. And normally I would put blush on my nose, but the Instapic doesn't have that, and so I think we're good. But I think I'm not done with the Milk Cooling Water tint, because I have another shade. I have the shade Chill, which is a red. This is Burst, and this is Chill. And I think it would be perfect for doing the lips. And so what I do before I add any milk jelly tint is that I grab a lip balm. This is some random lip balm that my friend got me when she was in Austria, and just hydrate my lips because my lips are crusty. Hydrate them, and then you add the stain, because if you don't, it will cling to your dry spots, and that's not a good look. And so just gently wiping it, and if it does cling to your dry spots, just use your finger and buff it out. But for the lips, I'm not seeing a gradient. It's just like a constant, very solid swipe of color. And so I'm going to do that and just blending out anywhere where the product is clinging to my crusty lips. I think to amplify the pink just a tad bit, like a tiny bit, I'm gonna use the Patrick Ta cream in the shade She's a Doll. And what I'm gonna do to add that is I'm gonna take a fluffy brush. This is the e.l.f. fluffy eye brush, and I'm just gonna dip into the pink and then tap the extra product onto my hand. And it's a very bright pink, but I think it'll be fine because the jelly tint from Milk is really light, and so I think it should work. I'm just gonna take it and just apply it to the centers first, like that's where you put the most product, and then just blend out the further out you go. Just take the product and blend it out. And then if it gets too much, I'm gonna use my finger just to shear it out a bit, because my finger will just grab the extra cream product. But yeah, see how pink it is now? Literally looks like I've been running forever. And then I think for brows, they're pretty natural. I don't have to do anything to my brows. I feel like my brows get really fussy if I do anything like excessive to them. Like they always break out if I add anything too much. And so I'm just going to use this Benefit Invisible Shaping and Setting Gel for brows. You probably know what it is. And just brush up my brows and make them as well groomed as possible, and possibly making them look as straight as possible, which is a hassle because for some reason the ends of my tails just don't want to listen. I think for eyes, it's really basic. It's not like anything super fancy. Like whenever I look at the photo, it just looks like a light wash around the eyes, just concentrating around the eyelashes to give it a little bit of darkness so that it makes your eyelashes look fuller. And so I think I'm gonna use my Makeup by Mario Original Master Matte. It looks like so, and I'm gonna just grab, I feel I should use a fluffy brush. I'm gonna use a fluffy brush. This is the e.l.f. blending. I'm gonna just take a little bit of, thinking what color looks closer to my natural skin color around my eyes. I'm thinking like one of these three shades. I'm gonna use the center shade because it's a more neutral color. So just grab some product and look how much comes off. Literally tap off the excess because I'm really heavy-handed when it comes to eyeshadow, and so less is more. I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna dab some on my eye, on my hand also, and just gently apply the color around my lash line. Just building a bit of contrast so that your eyes have some color, and then just blending up so that it blends into your natural eyelid color. And I think for this look, don't apply any eyeshadow above your crease so that it just looks like a natural shadow that's casted because of your eyelid. So just concentrate it there. If you have anything that's too strong above the crease, you can wipe it off, or you can just buff it in so that it just looks like a seamless gradient from dark to light. And then focus it on the corner of your eyes and also under your eye, and just sweep it on your eye bag. I don't know if it's called an eye bag. I know in Korean it's called like agyosol, but I don't know what it's fully called. I think it's just called eye bag, is it not? You just sweep the color onto your eye bag. Make sure to concentrate the color at the corner of your eye. That's the most important part. And to do that, I feel like this brush might be a bit big. So what I'm gonna do is just take, this looks kind of crusty. What did I do to this? But I'm gonna take this e.l.f. Small Precision and just grab the color also. Make sure to flick off the extra, pat some on my hand, and just take it and blend it. And for me, that's not that hard. I'm literally just taking eyeshadow and following the natural eyelid fold that I have, and when it comes to the outer corner, just take where your crease, like your fold ends, and just continue down to the corner of your eye. That's really all I'm doing, and I'm just concentrating color there, and then any extra color, just sweep it under the eye. And then I'm gonna tap out some because my eyes get really irritated if I rub too hard, and so sometimes it's just better to wipe off some product than have a really angry red eye there. And so other side, just taking it. If it makes it easier, you can just open your eye halfway so you can see where the crease is, and then stay under the crease. And make sure the color is not too intense. You just want it to look like a natural shadow that's being casted when your eye folds. And so take it, corner, sweep under the eye, with the strongest color being at the corner of your eye. and the lightest color being near the inner corner, and then just buffing out more so that any remaining product is in the inner corner, and then taking your small brush and then just building up the color more in the corner so that it just accentuates your eye shape. Sorry if I talk so much. I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to edit, nor do I know where to edit. And so this video is really scuffed. My bad. I'm learning as I go. So then I'm going to continue adding a bit more color because I feel like for some reason also I'm really light-handed when it comes to my right eye, but then my left eye, it's like I don't really care anymore. I just slap on a ton of product. But yeah, just blend it in, take it, blend it. Blend it out, blend it out. And then take your fluffy blending brush so that they blend in really nice. Just apply some color above my lid, but just a very gentle washing so that it blends in. Take a bit more color because for some reason my under eye on my right eye just doesn't take shadow well, so I'm gonna just add a tad bit under my eye, tad bit under my eye, tad bit under my eye. And then just, if I really want to, blend it out so that it's not super strong. But yeah. That's literally it. So as you can see, it just kind of makes your eyes a bit bigger and just kind of focuses all the attention on your eyes in the center of your face, like from the corner of your eye to literally your nose. Like after that, literally all you're gonna do is curl lashes and apply any mascara that just separates the lashes into little wispies. One mascara that's really good if you have stubborn lashes, if you have Asian lashes, or you just really want them to be separated and long and last all day, because the mascara is a waterproof formulation. I'm like looking for my lash curler. Is this. It is the Heroin Make Long Up Mascara, super waterproof. This is in black. There's also, I think, a brown color. This thing is literally like gorilla strength. It's insane. Like I can wear this and it won't flake off. My lashes won't drop, and it just gives you the most natural, beautiful long lashes, and I'm obsessed with it. And so I'm gonna take my lash curler, this is the Shiseido eyelash curler, and just curl my lashes. That's my lashes naturally curled, but they never stay curled because they're really stubborn and they fall within like 5 minutes or like 5 seconds if I don't add a waterproof mascara. And so I'm gonna add this mascara, and look at the wand. It's curved, and so I think that's a better representation. It's curved, and so it makes it easier to apply because naturally your eyes have a curve to it, and so you just wiggle in the product. What I noticed is that if you don't like add mascara to the outer corner of your lashes, it just doesn't complete the look. I feel like the corner lash is always forgotten, and that lash can like make or break your eye look, because that corner lash could literally be like a natural eyeliner for you. And so I always try to get it, but I do understand that it's hard to reach because it tends to be neglected, because a lot of like eyelash curlers just can't reach it, or it grows in a really wonky way, and so it's really hard to curl them and get them to look good. But I always try my best when it comes to putting on mascara to coat all my lashes. They have a little bit of mascara under the eye, like under the lower lash line, but it's not like your whole lash line. It's just like right here wherever your eye naturally rests. And so I'm gonna just wipe off all the excess mascara on this brush so that I don't poke my eyeball when I go to do my lower lashes. So with a little bit, just look down and focus at the middle of your lash line. I have the Tower 28, what is it? Tower 28 Shine On Lip Jelly in Chill in St. Barnes? Bart's. And it's their collab with Ulai. It's this thing. It's like just a clear gloss. And just take it and just apply it to the top of your lips. I feel like this you need a thick layer. So I just apply it. Rub your lips together so that hopefully it deals with the crusties. Why is there so much mascara falling under my eyeball? I might just grab my beauty blender, just pat under the eyes because my eyes tend to be really dry underneath, especially after putting blush on it, and so just melt it into the skin and rehydrate any places that have kind of set and became cakey. But yeah, I think that's really all when it comes to this makeup. Like, do I look like her? I think I do. But yeah, that's more or less the look. And then to set it in place, obviously Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Shake it up. I think what you can also do if you have it is Hourglass has this. Let me do it like this so it's not annoying. It has this, which is a finishing powder in soft light, and with a fluffy brush, excuse the state of mine, mine's just like covered in blush, but just take some and just set your face with it, and it gives you the most natural light glow. It makes you look literally like an angel. That's it. It looks really pretty. It looks really natural. I feel like it's a really foolproof look. And what's not to love? You have rosy cheeks, you have nice supple lips, you have beautiful doe-like eyes, and you have a stunning, flawless, glowing base. This is the look in natural lighting. I think I honestly slayed. We have the nice subtle shadows of the eyes, we have the round blush, round circular blush, shiny lips. I will say if I had to do anything, I would cover this more because I feel like you can kind of see like the hairs that I haven't shaved yet. But besides that, I like it. There's like a hair stuck to my lip. I really like it. It looks really natural. I probably would do this more. But yeah, that's the final look. Thanks for watching.